Well, g'day everybody, and welcome back to another stream. And I thought today we would do a leg number 2 of our round the world flight. So thought it'd be a fantastic thing to do. So I'm going to do it live. Today we're back in the Kodiak, obviously, for our round the world flight, but we're flying from Tennant Creek, which is where we landed in our leg number 1, which is Yankee Tango November Kilo, YTNK, Tennant Creek, to Daly Waters Airport in Catherine, which is Yankee Delta Lima Whiskey, Yankee Delta Lima Whiskey, YDLW. If you want to fly along, that is stage 2 for our around the world flight. It's about probably just over a 2-hour flight, but we are flying across the couple. It's about 213 nautical miles, I think. We are flying across over a couple of other little airports, and we'll probably do some touch and goes on the way just to break things up a little bit. So, still making our way north in Australia. We could have flown up to Darwin, which is probably about a 4-hour flight, so I wasn't going to do a 4-hour single flight on stream. Got Christina on board again, as per usual. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Spurk. How you guys going? Yeah, so looking very, very, very forward to doing this flight, I must say. All right, lovely. So I'm going to start by firing this aircraft up. Avionics bus. Hope you guys are well. Get these little beasts fired up. So leg number 2 tonight. Leg number 2 of our around the world flight, which should be pretty cool. Looking very, very forward to it. Okay, we're going to throw a beacon light on. We're going to throw some nav lights on as well. It's a little bit dark in the cockpit at the moment. I do apologise for that. Auxiliary fuel pump to on. Ignition to on. Our generators are both on. We'll start firing this little beast up. Make sure that the park brake is on, which it is. All good. Good. Are you ready for another leg of our around the world flight? We'll introduce a little bit of fuel there. Let everything fire up. And spool up. Gonna bring the music down just a little now. Hey, what's going on there, buddy? It sure is. Any flight that I fly is a smoking flight, Christina. Most definitely. Most definitely. If I can get this aircraft fired up. Which she doesn't seem to want to fire up, does she? Always, always, always a smoking flight. It's only a 2-hour flight as well, Christina, so you probably won't even, well, we do have a lot of coffee, so you probably are going to need the wee in a bottle, I would say. Ah, there we go. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? That looks pretty good. All right. Let's get our battery on. Let's get our avionics bus on. Our auxiliary fuel. Our beacon is already on. Let's get our fuel off there and bring you guys down as well. Lovely. We'll get that fired up. Let's start this beast again. Fuel pump is on. Ignition. And the starter. Looking for 22% on the NG. That'll do. Let's drop our fuel in. Lovely. That's a little bit better. I don't know why that was muted. Oh, what's going on? There we go. Lovely. Make sure that our park brakes are on. Let him fire up a little. Don't want to go over 90 on that. Haven't flown the Kodiak for a while, so should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. We'll be safe, Christina. Don't you worry. And ignition off. Starter off. All right, everything's looking pretty good there. Pretty good there. Okay. We're going to fly ourselves to 3,000 feet. I think for starters, that'll probably be a good first. We're going to flight change mode. And bring that up to about 97 knots. Up we go. 60, 70. You out on the road, Spurk? 91 knots will be good. 91 knots will be fine. Just going to bring the prop down a little bit. Keep our mixture up. All right, lovely. Everything's settling down. Outside air temperature is 15 degrees. 15 degrees. All right, lovely. We'll be hopefully shortly cool. Nice. Let's bring our range out. We should be able to see where we're going there. That should be okay. Okay, everything is looking rather good. Rather good. Okay, we're going to do that, which will be good. Flight level change is set. Everything is set and ready for takeoff, which is good. We are pretty well ready to go and ready to get this flight underway. We are flying today from Tennant Creek, which is where we started, where we finished our first leg, and we're heading to Daly Waters Airport in Katherine. So we're going to do a couple of touch and goes at a couple of airports on the way, which should be good. Make sure that our altimeter is set, and it is set. And let's tune to traffic. Let's tune to the weather, starters.
Yankee Tango November Kilo, automated weather observation 2000 Zulu. Wind 266 at 4. Visibility 9er. 5,200 feet, ceiling 12,600 feet broken. Temperature 15 C, dew point 13 C, altimeter 29902.
Excellent. That sounds a little bit, live weather is not on, that's why. Do we have a MEDAR on that? No MEDAR available. Let's try that again. Should be. There we go. That's a little bit better. 30 degrees.
Visibility, tree. Sky conditions, few clouds at 10,000 feet. Temperature, 30 C, dew point 10 C, altimeter 29068.
29068. Beautiful. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So we're going to be departing north, obviously. Just going to bring our trim forward just a touch, as we normally do with the Kodiak. And I'm going to pop number 3. Just to get that standby attitude indicator off. Let's announce our taxi.
Yankee Tango November Kilo Traffic Hotel Whiskey Mike is taxiing to runway 25.
Let's just bring that, bring this around here and just bring our heading bug around to about 25. And we'll bring our course around to 25 as well. Actually, we don't really need to, so we should be all right. Okie dokie. Lovely. Everything's ready to go. We're just going to run through this guy and pretend that he's not here. Let's throw our taxi lights on. And our navigation lights are on. Bring our park brake off. And pretend that he's not there. We're not chopping his head off. We probably actually wanted to turn around a little bit, didn't we? Probably wanted to go the other way, so we may do that. Just going to bring the prop around. And we'll spin ourselves around here. If we're going to 2.5, okie dokie. Make sure that we don't hit that. She loves to taxi very, very fast, this aircraft, doesn't it? They don't give you much room to maneuver, though. I forgot how fast this thing likes to taxi sometimes. It's impossible to turn off your attitude indicator. I love it. I love that. That's fantastic. Well, miss, we need to turn it off. All right. Let's stop up here. Put on our park brake. You're looking mighty fine again in that flight jacket of yours. You've been polishing that up in your hotel room at night. All right, beautiful. We are here. We are ready for, no. It is awfully shiny. It is awfully shiny. That's 2.9. I thought we were departing on 2. It's not working. We're heading up that way. All right. Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. I thought this was 2.5 here, but obviously it's not. Obviously I made a mistake, Christina. Yes, Ferk. Can assume your luggage was lost and that was all that was available. Oh, come on, it's pretty fancy. It's a pretty fancy flying jacket, really. We did say we were departing on 2.5, didn't we? Not 2.9. Man, she just wants to roll. Yeah, we did say 2.5. So we're going to head over that way. So we could have kept taxiing that way. I'm actually having to taxi this under brake, believe it or not, to keep it relatively slow. Good morning to you, farmer. How you doing, buddy? Definitely wants to pull to the right too. She's a bit temperamental today. Getting ready to head out for your coffee. Or are you still getting it from the same place? From that servo, or is it a servo? It was a servo, wasn't it, that you used to get it from? Looks to me like we might be taking off on the wrong runway, to be honest. If you have a look at the if you check that that windsock out, looks like we're going to have a tailwind taken off. We're going to have to take off and do a right-hand turn once we get to 500 feet. Above, that is. Might actually adjust our altitude just a little. Climb to 5,000 feet, I think. Okie dokie, we are here. It did say 2.5, didn't it? Definitely taken off with a little bit of a tailwind, so it's going to be interesting. Today you're just going to the coffee shop for your coffee, and Mrs. Farmer's hot chocolate. She has a hot chocolate, does she? Lovely. Nice Sunday morning hot chocolate.
Yankee Tango November Kilo Traffic Hotel, Whiskey Mike, taking off runway 29er departure to the north.
Beautiful. We are ready to go. There's nothing coming in. Okie dokie. Let's run this little beast out here. Just need to check that rudder trim as well while I'm at it. Alright, let's just have a squiz at this rudder trim. Let's put our strobe lights on. Let's put our landing lights on. Taxi lights off. This one doesn't like doing that. Rudder trim's looking okay. Alright. It is what it is. It's a lovely sunny morning, 30 degrees. First thing in the morning here, Christina. Are you ready to go? We've got nothing else. Landing lights are on. Everything else is looking pretty good. Little bit of warmth there. Got airspeed. And up we go. A little bit of trim there. And goodbye Tennant Creek. We will see you in over a year, I reckon. It's going to take us a while. It's going to take us quite a while to get our flaps up. Autopilot on. Let's do our heading and our altitude. G'day Brendan, how you going? How are you? Welcome. Okay, what we need to do is our flight level change. And we're going to drop that down because we want to actually flight level change at about 97 knots. So we'll let the aircraft do that. Which is going to give us quite a bit of attitude there, but that's perfectly fine. We're in heading mode. I'm just going to turn this around now because we've got enough on us to do ourselves a little bit of a turn, and we'll intercept our GPS track and bring us around to about there. Everything's looking good. 579 on the ITT, 2200 MP, and the NG's at 87, which is good. That's perfectly fine. So we're going to come in and intercept our track. Once we get to 5,000 feet and level out, we'll be perfectly fine. Look at that beautiful Australian desert. Welcome to the Northern Territory. Alright, we're probably going to have to contact, looks like Brisbane Centre.
Brisbane Centre Hotel Whiskey Mike is type 4 miles west of Yankee Tango November Kilo, 2,800 feet. Request flight following.
Hotel Whiskey Mike Brisbane Center. Squawk 7716.
7716 on the squawk. Transponder code 7716. Come on. 7716. And on and ident. There we go.
Whiskey Mike radar contact 4 miles northwest of Yankee Tango November Kilo, 3,300 feet. Altimeter 29.71.
Some undulations. There's a few undulations there on the ground.
Roger Hotel Whiskey Mike.
Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Looks absolutely beautiful. So we now have the option when we're contacting Centre. They've finally fixed it to request an IFR flight, which is actually really, really, really cool. Okay, so we're like 128 nautical miles from our first touch and go on this flight. Once we get up to cruise altitude, I'll talk about where we're flying to on leg number 2 and why we're flying there. A nice little highway down there. As comfortable as anything. You comfortable, Christina? You look pretty damn comfortable. I don't know how it's comfortable holding your hands up in the air like that, but yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. All right. Back in the Kodiak. You watch how crappily I land this thing. Bloody hell. It's gonna be crap. That's the drone one, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful Australian sunrise, Christina. What more could you ask for? Seriously. What more could you ask for? The places I take you. Maybe you're meditating. Possibly. Possibly. I think my Xbox controller keeps carking it, so that is why I can't use the drone. But it is Windows trying to add a Microsoft. Oh crap! Should have been watching where we were going, shouldn't I? Trying to add a Microsoft peripheral, so obviously, you know, that never works, does it? How beautiful! How beautiful! Do you know, I've never actually been to the Northern Territory. I've been everywhere else but the Northern Territory in Tasmania. I've worked on the border of the Northern Territory in the desert quite a few years, but never actually gone into the Northern Territory. I do need to go at some point in time. I definitely need to go at some point in time. Okay, we're looking good on that. Everything's looking good there. Might bring our torque up to about 1300, 1270 something. Probably be a good one. Yeah, I know. Do you know, it's really funny. I had a Samsung, a Galaxy phone and a Galaxy watch. And for the life of me, I had nothing but troubles having the Galaxy watch connected to the Galaxy phone. And I got a Google Pixel Pro, Pixel 7 Pro, and connects to the Galaxy watch, no problems at all. No problems at all. but the Samsung wouldn't connect to the Samsung though. It's like, bloody hell. So we've been having days over 30 degrees, so about 35, 36, 38 degrees. Days and days of it. Today it got to about 24 and it was pretty cold. Tomorrow it heads up to 40 and we've got a few days of over 40s. Not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that. Had issues with her watch connected to her phone also. Is it a Samsung or was it does she use an Apple? Farmer? How lovely is it just sitting in there, sitting behind the, sitting in the cockpit of an aircraft with your favourite American next to you. No offence to all you other Americans. Samsung to Samsung, yeah. Mine was just an absolute nightmare, farmer. Constant, absolute nightmare. You had no issues with it? What, connecting to a Samsung or? Yeah, it's just bizarre though. You would think things like that would work just absolutely perfectly, wouldn't you? Should be seamless. I'm so glad that I'm not using Samsung anymore though. Like it just I'm just so over Samsung and Apple. Go back to the Pixel. I know that the original Pixels weren't that pleasant. They weren't that good. But the Pixel 7 Pro's pretty magnificent. I told you guys, didn't I? That when you're stuck out in the Aussie desert, the best way to work out which way is north and south is to have a look at which way the undulations in the ground and the dunes go. What one have you got, farmer? What Samsung have you got? An S21 Ultra, okay. New city phone, it's an S21 Pro. Do you find it better between the two of them? Back to Motorola. Bloody hell, I haven't heard Motorola for a long time, Christina. Us old people, we need the pluses, Christina, so we can see the bloody screen. Otherwise we can't read it, even with our glasses on. Lenovo, okay. Huh. That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't tell the difference between the two of them? Yeah. I guess a phone's a phone, really, isn't it? No matter what. Alright, how we doing here? Fuel quantity's okay. Everything's trimmed out alright. We're in the green. We're in the green. We're in the green. Fuel flow's not too bad. The NG's at 94. Don't want to go over 95, 97 on that. There's pretty well nothing out here. I'm going to throw us into nav mode and see what the aircraft wants to do. She should line herself up to intercept the GPS line, just because I keep getting distracted and forgetting to move. Oh man, I tell ya, it's just so nice. When I used to fly in real life, it was just so, it's just so amazing being up there in a light aircraft, hey? Like, I don't know, just the feeling. You're up there and there's, I don't know. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful being up in a light plane and sort of having that freedom. No traffic lights, no nothing. It's pretty damn fine. All right, I'm going to, cabin temperature's currently at 34. I'm going to turn the aircon on. I'm going to put it on auto, and I'm going to set the temperature to 23 is usually a pretty good one. You happy with that, Christina? Might keep the entire aircraft. We'll keep the back set at 25 degrees. Decided battery isn't necessary since you seldom leave the house with an extra battery. Well, you've left the house now. You're traveling around the world with me. Camera is different on the Ultra. Better, obviously. The camera on this Pixel Pro, Pixel 7 Pro, is absolutely magnificent. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record right now. I'm going to record on this right now while I'm streaming. There we go, and then I'm going to upload it to you. I'm going to upload it to the members channel, Farmer, so you can see the quality. G'day everybody, I'm looking pretty bloody old. I'm streaming, as you can see. Streaming Flight Sim, and I just thought I'd do a really quick video just to show you my stream setup and to show Farmer how awesome my Pixel Pro 7 is when it comes to recording, especially in low light like this. I look like shit. Bloody hell. Look like shit. There's the stream set up, everybody. Everything's a little bit messy at the moment, but it is what it is. Ciao. There we go, live. 5 lenses and the Pro has 3. Huh. All right, everything is looking good. We're still like 91 nautical miles, so it's going to be quite a flight, isn't it? It's going to be quite a flight. Burp. Burp. I have no freaking idea how to... I'm sure I uploaded something live at some point in time on this. Hey, we're at 2,994 subscribers, everybody. 2,994 subscribers. Down 32 as opposed to normal. Which kind of sucks. But then I haven't really been doing anything over a few weeks, have I? So we're nearly getting there. We are nearly getting there. Yeah, I can't seem to do an upload from studio on my phone. I'm positive I did that once before. Absolutely positive that I did that once before. Maybe I just did it from the YouTube app, maybe. Yeah, I must have. Yeah, I did. Da, 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 da. Look at technology. Bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum. Just uploading it right now as we speak. Just uploading it right now as we speak. Wow, it doesn't take long to upload just a really short, less than a minute thing. That's actually pretty cool, isn't it? Just doing stuff from the phone. Doing stuff from the phone. There you go. Everything seems to be going really, really well. Quite happy with the way this little beast is flying. So we'll just bring our range out a little bit. We are going to fly over an airport over here, but you'll see we're heading over here, across to there to do another touch and go, or at least a flyover. And then we are going on our way up through to Daly up there. So if I zoom out, you can see where we are. And then this is going to be the big one, probably flying across here, and then across to here, and then across to Port Moresby, which I think Port Moresby is about there. I think Port Moresby is about there. I was going to set that up as members only. It's a shame that you can't do that, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, no. It sets it to private straight away. That's pretty good. That helps. Huh. Can't set it to that on this. You can't set it to members only on the phone itself. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? But I can certainly do it from here. And certainly do it from here. If it shows up, that is. There it is. Look at that. Members only. there. All right, it is up. It is done. My work here is done. I've done a members video while I've been streaming live. How awesome is that, eh? That is pretty cool. Can you see the heat haze coming off the top of the cowling there? You know, I needed something to do for with my hands and to keep my mind active and stuff as well, something outside of gaming. So I decided, hang on, when I was a kid, I used to build models, you know, plastic model kits. I used to build models. I used to build aircraft and tanks and vehicles and cars and all that type of stuff, just a mixture of everything. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to do that again. So I went out and bought myself a model kit, a little FW-190, a German fighter, which is actually really, really cool, and started doing it, putting the cockpit together and started painting the cockpit and stuff. And you know what the difference is between when I was a kid and I was doing models and these models that I'm putting together now? Do you want to know what the difference is? The difference is, for the life of me, I cannot frickin' see the model. My eyes are so bad that I had to get like these magnifying glasses that magnify like a huge amount just so that I can actually see the fine detail on this 1 in 48 scale model. Sniff and glue's damn fine down and dirty. How you doing? Yeah, but man, I could just not see it. Yeah, that's good quality, and all I've got going in here, the only lighting I've got going is a little lamp, is a standing lamp over the other side of the studio there, Farmer. How you going down and dirty? It's so early there. Bullshit. What time is it? What time is it? $6:23. That's not early. That's not early. Look at Christina bopping along there. Look, she's bopping along. She's loving it. She's loving it. Bum, 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 bum. 4 a.m. That's early. That's early. $62 nautical miles out, so we've travelled probably half the distance to our first point of contact. For you, it is. What are you having for breakfast? I want to know what everybody's having for breakfast. You're up at 4. You're always up very, very early, aren't you, Christina? You actually do get up very early. Cheese omelette. Cheesy. Cheesy. Too early for breakfast. He did munch on a handful of blueberries. My daughter, my youngest, she loves blueberries. She loves blueberries. You're up at 5 a.m. today. You'd probably be getting up bloody early all the time, Farmer. You get sick of it the more you do it. I've been getting up early since I was probably 6, I reckon, 5. My old man he was a plumber, and we were living down on the south coast of Victoria. And he used to he worked for himself, but he used to do a lot of the plumbing on a lot of houses up in Melbourne. So it'd be like an hour trip for him, an hour and a quarter trip for him up to Melbourne every day in the old van and stuff. And so he'd be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I'd hear him up, and I'd get up every morning at 4 o'clock and I'd hang out with him, and then he would leave, and I would sit there and watch Thunderbirds on the TV. It was absolutely awesome. And then I went on to do when I turned 7, I got my first job doing a paper round, which was 7 days a week, and I had to be down at the local newsagents on my bike. I had to be down at the local newsagents by I think it was about 4:30 in the morning every morning, 5 days a week. So I went and did that, and that was when I started work. You've just stayed that way. It kind of does stick with you, doesn't it, Christina? When you've been doing it all your life. Like, I've been doing it for probably 46 years, 45 years. Been getting up early every morning, and then when I was doing uni, and I was at uni full time, I was driving taxis full time on night shift. So I was at uni all day, then driving taxis all night, and getting practically no sleep. And then my body got all confused because it was up all night at that particular point in time. So it'd been used to getting up really early every morning. Then it was up all night every night driving taxis. And then it was up all day during the day, so it got really, really confused. That's when I started drinking a lot of coffee, and I've never looked back. And I was 21 then, 21, 22. And that's when I kind of became addicted to coffee. Clean horse stores before school. Cleaning out the poo. I got to clean out the poo. What was the audio like on that farmer? On that video that I uploaded? You had to milk goats. That's awesome, Christina. So we got horse stall cleaning, goat milking. I'm sure farmer probably got up early and did something on the farm. Wasn't bad. I didn't want to talk too loud because I was moving the camera away from my face and everything. Be nice if you could work out some sort of audio thing. You had to be up to feed cows. What time would you have been getting up to do the cows? Would it have been like 5 a.m. feed time, or? Five, yeah, cool. It's pretty crazy, really, isn't it? 3 paper rounds in the morning, then 2 big ones after school. Holy crap. I thought it was bad enough, Sniper. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I thought it was bad enough just doing 1 paper round 7 days a week, every morning, 7 days a week. But bloody 3 paper rounds? Yeah, it is time for, I've got another 5 minutes, Farmer, and then I'm going for coffee, to make a cup of coffee. Look at this, how beautiful is this, eh? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. What are you up to, sniper? So what we've got over on the left-hand side there, guys, is we've got Lake Woods coming up on the left-hand side. It's like in a conservation park, so it's like a conservation covenant. Lake Woods. We're going to fly directly down the side of that as well, which is pretty cool. And just over the other side of the lake, which is about 40 nautical miles away, is Elliott Airport, where we're going to do a touch and go. Then we're going to head across to Newcastle Waters Airport, and then we'll head up to Daly. Relaxing Sunday. They were the days. It was kind of like, yeah, I used to love getting up pitch black, ride down to the local newspaper shop, load your bike up with all of your papers for the round. Out you go, pitch black. Stopping at all of the addresses after you sorted your papers out for your addresses, so everything was all in order and what everybody had. You know, this person had this paper, this one had these couple. No, I don't think you can, Ben. Welcome to the stream, but I don't think you can get an EOFly for Xbox. It's like a scripted thing. So unless it's run for a standalone, but that it's like you'd be pretty surprised out in the middle of the Catherine how much water is actually out there in the stinking hot. Sitting up at 5,000 feet, it's 20 degrees here, though. It's only 20 degrees up here. Down on the ground, it'd probably be about 32. I would say 30, 32. Yeah, bloody Sundays, yep. In all weather. Sundays was massive. On Sundays, I had to do 2 trips. So I'd go and do my first part of my run, and then I'd have to ride back to the shop and load up for the second half of my run because it was just the papers were so big. Yeah, they were down and dirty. Those Sunday papers are teeny tiny now. Oh man. You know, and kids these days won't even freaking get out of bed until 10 a.m. on the weekends. 10 or 11. It's crazy when you consider what we used to do. No, and the ones that do exist are done in over here. There's a couple of news agents that deliver papers, but they deliver them in a van and they just drive along and throw them out the window. No more paper boy with an old milk crate hooked to the back of his push bike. That's how I used to do it. All right, I'm going to go and make a quick cup of coffee, guys. I will be a couple of minutes. I'm going to make a quick cup of coffee now because we're about 30 nautical miles out of where we're going to do our first touch and go. So I'll see you in a sec, just a couple of minutes.
my days scrolling down my feed online, and all the finds, all my friends are doing well. One's playing shows of thousands, one's traveling the world, while I'm wondering how far I fell. I'd like to ask the ghost of time, is it worth a second try? Will I rise above the clouds, or just get lost within the skies? Well, comparison and prediction will only tie me to the ground, so I'll try to stop from sinking further down. Conversations with myself can get so out of hand, but I think I'm getting closer to the truth. Not everything that's thrown in lights can make it past the glare to make a change that lasts beyond its youth. Oh, I'd like to ask the ghost of time, will I look within and look behind? Will I wrestle with this moment? Wash me in its time. It seems that my resistance to the
You know, it's pretty crazy. That was back in the mid-70s that I used to do my paper run. Back in the mid-70s. And I don't reckon parents these days would actually let their kids do a ride around the streets at 4 o'clock in the morning. Spam Masubi. Always need coffee. Always need coffee. All right, we're going to bring our altitude off now. And I'm just going to reduce because we're going to come in and do ourselves a little bit of a touch and go here. Just a little bit of a touch and go. If we can find the airport, that is. Airports are relatively difficult to find out in the desert. Unless they're paved. I do need to get a lot more practice. It's a Hawaiian snack. Okay. Do need to get a little bit more practice landing this beast, so... The airport that we're coming into is called Elliott Airport. Elliott Airport is sits at about 700 feet. You know, Hoki used to love spam. She used to love spam. I'm going to turn the autopilot off completely here. Trim the aircraft up a little bit. Bring in a stage of flaps. So what we should be able to find is, what we should be able to do is head over head just right of this tiny little lake, which I think is Lake Elliott, I think, and do a right-hand turn. The runway should be in about there, where you can see that patch there. So let's see how we go, eh? Let's try and line this beast up for a nice landing, for a nice touch and go. Fried spam on a sticky rice patty with a seaweed wrap seasoned with sesame oil, soy and oyster sauce. I'm going to have to let Hokie know that, because her and the little one will absolutely love that. Good for catching carp where you live. There you go. At least it's useful for something. At least it's useful for something.
Hotel Whiskey Mike contact Brisbane Center on 134.4. Good day.
134.4 for Hotel Whiskey Mike. Brisbane Center, Hotel Whiskey Mike 2000.
Thank you, thank you. They've been making a bit of sushi and stuff lately as well, so.
Center altimeter 29.71 continue as planned.
Also makes a remarkably good gravy, really. Now, what I've decided in this aircraft is that the best way to land and control this aircraft is to basically aim use your pitch on your aircraft to actually aim for your landing point, and you use your throttle to control your speed. We go another stage. Oh, really? Is spam a big thing in Hawaii? Splash of Henderson's relish. Huh. Look at that beautiful scenery down there, guys. Beautiful, beautiful Australian desert. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of gusto there. You've also got to be really careful with your throttle management on this aircraft, because too much forward throttle and you'll find yourself and you'll find the aircraft trying to torque itself around. So you got to be really, 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 really careful that you don't put too much throttle in too quickly. A little bit of a crosswind there. There we go, little touchdown. And off we go. And back up again. Lovely. It was a nice little touch and go there. Gotta love that, right? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let's go autopilot. Altitude. Climb ourselves up. Thank you very much, Down and Dirty. She's a temperamental aircraft to fly, most definitely. Most definitely. Stabilize this little beast out. We'll climb out at about 97 knots, I think, for this one. Beautiful. Slow her down, back up to 5,000 feet. Make sure that our altimeter is still set at 2971. Beautiful. Thank you, Sniper. Yeah, I always have a lot of trouble landing this aircraft, like ever since I've had it. It's been one of those things that I've always had to work really hard at, is actually landing it. Don't tell anyone. And you can actually blow the engine on this aircraft. It's modeled. It's all modeled in. We took off in the early days of me flying it. We took off from somewhere in Oklahoma, if you remember rightly. We took off. It was pretty bad weather, and I over-torqued the engine on takeoff, and it blew the engine, and we lost our power. And I had to turn the aircraft around and land back on the runway that we took off from, in the opposite direction. Can you remember that? Sure. I'm sure you guys can remember that. Okay, so it's holding its 97 knots, which is absolutely perfect for our flight level change. We're climbing at 1,500 feet per minute, which is really, really good. Our torque is sitting at 2140. I'm very happy with that. 2140 is around about the cruise speed that the cruise setting that we'd have on our NG for this aircraft. Getting up to 5,000 feet. It didn't take long to get to 5,000 feet, and we've actually got some clouds. There we go. Usually around this time of the year, you do, I guess. Landing in your field, that was so fun. And your bails on it, your bails on the field, that was awesome. Like when the satellite had done that satellite imagery. That was fantastic, Palmer. I loved doing that. I think we were in a Piper Cub for that one, weren't we? Remember the first time we tried it, and it was only when it was the first time I ever streamed FS 2020, and I didn't have it set up for navigational data like geo data. So we were trying to find your place and we're sitting there thinking we couldn't work it out because I didn't have the satellite imagery set up. That was why. We're 2 nautical miles away from the next little airport that we're going to fly over. Which is Newcastle Waters, which we're practically over the top of now. That'd be that, where are you? Right there. There we go, Newcastle Waters. Aircraft should do a right turn now. Yeah, I know. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, why isn't this working? What's going on? What's going on? It's supposed to have geodata and like satellite imagery, but nah. I didn't have it set up to stream the satellite. Which is part of the reason why I am now, I need to get somebody who knows how to make liveries to make me a livery for this around the world trip. I really do. Well, it depends. It depends. Christina, did you bring champagne with you? Christina's flying with me today. Thank you very much, Sniper. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Thanks for talking paper around shop. It was absolutely awesome. Welcome to the channel. I don't know why it didn't bring up a notification that you subscribed, because the YouTube alerts are on, so it should have. Have an awesome day. Hopefully we see you again soon. Christina's just smoking away. You can see all the smoke in the cabin because Sarah and I are just flying along, smoking our little balls off, aren't we, Christina? We don't need no stinking champagne. We got 5 packets of cigarettes. Christina's got a can of Spam in her pants. I was pretty happy with that landing, actually. I was pretty happy with that landing. You probably want to do your approach at about 120 knots in this. About 120, 125 knots. And start slowing it down. Continue your approach at that and then just really start slowing it down when you get there. I was going a little bit slow, so I could probably emergency spam. In long isolated flights like this, you need some emergency spam. All right, so we're like 58 nautical miles from where we are landing. Now, guys, there's a reason why we're landing at... what I am trying to do is just give some people some information about the areas that we're landing at. And we're landing at basically at Daly Waters Aerodrome, which is in the Kimberley. It's a defunct civil airport now, but... it was Australia's first international airfield. Can you believe that or not? The airfield was a centre for the London to Sydney air race of 1926 and was a refuelling stop for early Qantas flights to Singapore. Qantas flights to Singapore, that's pretty cool. The Daly River region's popular with lovers of the outdoors. You and pack a fishing rod, your camping gear, and experience its hot springs, gorges, walks, swimming holes, and its famous barramundi fishing. If you ever head out to the Kimberley, then this is the place to do it, guys. Head out to Daily Waters, have yourself a little bit of fun, do a bit of barramundi fishing, watch the crocs. I don't think they actually have crocs in the fishing in the swimming holes here, though. First time you ever had champagne was when you were 14. You had a hot air balloon make a successful emergency landing in the field beside the house at the farm. And they broke the champagne bottles because they opened up the champagne bottles because they were having a breakfast. Like a breakfast balloon flight. Was it something like that, Farmer? If we crash on a desert island. We are on an island. We're on the largest island in the world, Christina. Pants spam. That's going to be a new thing, isn't it? Pants spam. They were celebrating the successful landing. Understandable too if it was an emergency landing and they landed safe. Look at that, the wispy clouds out here. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite nice. Hello, Cass. Happy New Year to you, Cass. I don't think we've seen you since New Year, have we? We have not. We have not. And a bottle of champagne on Sunday mornings was brunch, really? Fancy pants down and dirty? Yeah, down asking if they could land. Oh, nice. That's nice, Farmer. Been pretty lazy with keeping social. Fair enough, too. That's fair enough, too. Did you have a nice Christmas period and New Year? Life is too short not to enjoy it, yeah. True. Hey, Charlotte, you got caught up in amongst. How are you this morning? Did you see my episode 1 of Cafe Owner Simulator? See, there's a person in there that reminds me of you that goes in and eats at my cafe all the time, Charlotte. $15 bottles of whiskey, bloody hell. You work Christmas Eve and the day after New Year's Day, yeah. You probably would have been really, really busy too. All right, beautiful. This has been quite a nice little leg number 2, hasn't it? Been a very nice leg number 2. All right, we might start prepping ourselves, I reckon. $700 worth of whiskey. I'm not too bad, thanks, Charlotte. Anyone's welcome to stop by for a drink. You've just got a long way to go, that's all. You've just got a long way to go. Going to bring our altitude down to about 1,600. We'll descend at about 5, maybe 500 feet per minute. We'll see how we go. Slow the aircraft down a little bit as well. You have been. I've been wondering where you are. As long as you're safe. As long as you are safe, little. Okay, we'll just make sure our altimeter's set. We'll start getting ourselves set up for a landing. Passing 100 hours on your current playthrough of the new Witcher 3 update. Ooh, is it good? Are you enjoying it? Oh man, we've got some good games coming out this year. I'm so excited. Five nautical miles will be good. Probably do a large final on this one, a long final. Been trying to get into good habits again, because your habits have been slacking. You slack bum. Your favourite whiskey is Bird Dog and your favourite champagne's called Sweet Bitch. Both are about $12 a bottle. Imagine that. Yeah, I know. We pay like $50 just for a bottle of whiskey over here. Very nice. They've had a lot of quality of life things, some new quests. The only con is the ray tracing doesn't work too well on PC just yet, and chunks of frames down to like 12. That's no good. That'd be a pain in the butt. That would be a pain in the buttocks. Alright, beautiful. That's Milner Lagoon, by the way. And there's a little airstrip down there as well, somewhere. Hidden in amongst the bushes here. Just a tinsy little airstrip in here. Probably right next to the road, to be honest. It's probably used more as an evacuation for the Royal Flying Doctors. $12 bird dog is 25 plus there in Ohio. Well, there you go. You got different stuff. Blimey. Yeah, we pay a minimum of $50 for a bottle of whiskey here. Follow this little track along here. Mississippi. Down in Mississippi. Down in Mississippi. Down in Mississippi where you ordered a bottle of limited edition coffee flavored Kraken rum recently and it cost you $100 after ship. Bloody hell. Holy moly. Alright, we are where we need to be. So we'll let this aircraft settle itself down a little bit. Bring that down, let the nose come up just a touch so we can get a little bit of, just a little bit of speed bleed. Bring in one stage of flaps and bring up the throttle a little bit more. Kraken's your favourite, so you thought, why not for a one-off thing? That's fair enough. You just gotta... Sometimes you just got to spend yourself a little bit of money on you. Like you got to spend a little bit of money on yourself, don't you? Alright, so we're about 1,000 feet above the runway here. This airport sits at around about... Oh, we're actually probably at 900 feet above because it sits at nearly 700 feet above, so... You're not a lush, you promise. Bullshit. Okay, Christina. Strap in. We are locked. Okay, aircraft is set up. Landing lights are on. Navs are still on and strobe. Beacons are still on. Got plenty of fuels. Should we need to do a go around? We're sitting at 2200 on the NP. Everything else is looking good. Airport is going to be up to our left a little bit. It's going to be nice to get down and finish off leg number 2, which should be good. Leg number 2 in a round the world trip. I mean, my God. And we're still not even, we still haven't even got out of Australia yet, so. Are you ready to land after a 2 and a bit hour flight, Christina? Could do with stretching your legs? Yep, me too. You got to get off your knitting chair for that, though. Have you been doing knitting while we've been in here? I can't see any knitting on the ground. You should have brought your knitting with you. Shouldn't you? Okay, we're going to take manual control of this little beast. Turn the heading bug off. Pants spam for emergency only. That's right. Just in case we get stuck out in the desert where we have to survive, drink our own urine and eat Christina's pants spam. Desert Survival 101. Urine and pants spam. Appropriate for all emergency situations. Correct. I cannot see this runway at all. We may have to do a flyby on this. Although we are 9 nautical miles from, so... Where we're going, we don't need runways. You technically don't need a runway in this thing. It's got tundra tires on it and everything. And it's got really good short takeoff and landing. Is that the runway there? Should be directly off our nose, to be honest. So we'll have to see how we go. Thanks for posting that recipe, Farmer. So we're about six nautical miles out now. We've got the 5 nautical mile range marker there. Yeah, that's our runway. All right, beautiful. Let's take manual control of this aircraft. All-terrain landing gear, absolutely. Let's give the aircraft a little bit of a trim, make sure that we're descending at a relatively decent rate, not too fast. Not too fast. And throw in a second stage of flaps for this landing. We'll just confirm. We'll confirm that. Yep, beautiful. Aircraft wants to nose itself up a little.
Yankee Delta Lima Whiskey Traffic Hotel Whiskey Mike is on final runway tree 2 touch and go left traffic.
We're not doing a touch and go, we're doing a full stop. Okay, in we go, guys. In we go. Perfect. I don't know what happened to my wind readout on my instruments. Alright, keep her moving, keep her moving. We're sitting at 110 knots, that's pretty good. What I want to do is slow the aircraft down when we get a little bit closer. We're descending at 250 feet per minute. Feels like we've got a little bit of a right crosswind.
500.
There's 500 feet. And we'll confirm, yeah, 500 feet, 1180, that's perfect. I bring the speed, bring the throttle down a little bit. We've got 2 stages of flaps. We're sitting at 107 knots, which we can land a lot slower in this, but we've got a lot of runway here, so let's just bring the nose up just a tad. We'll try and keep that center line for a little bit. I think we do have a little bit of right wind here. It's kind of what it's feeling like, but I may be wrong. Over the top of the highway, runway 32. Yep, confirm that. The wind's coming from the left, not the right. And down we go. And let's just bring the nose up, bring the throttle in slowly. Always fly it straight onto the ground. Don't drop your throttle. And down we go. Okay, I'm going to bring 1 stage of flaps up. Right on the center line. Pretty happy with that. And welcome everybody to Daly Waters Airport. Daly Waters Airport. A Qantas stopover back in the early days as a refueling stop. Let's feather this prop just a bit. Okay, let's bring those landing lights off. Come on, come on, come on. Oh man, that's so... Come on. There we go. That's just so freaking such a pain in the buttocks. Okay, and taxi lights on instead. G'day, Kane. How you going, mate? Makes pressing the rice so much easier. I think Hokey just bought one of those. All right, there we go. Leg 2, Christina. Leg 2. May end up needing to do a little bit of refueling here. Electric crate maker. Having your first cup of coffee? You're lazy. Were you up all night playing Valheim, Kane, I'm guessing? Few meridians here. Went to bed at 9 PM and didn't set your alarm. Huh. There you go. I thought you must have been up all night. Because you're usually up pretty early, aren't you? So... let's bring her in just a little bit more. Probably about there's probably pretty good. Let's throw our park brake on. Feather our prop. And bring our mixture out. Lovely. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to sleep in. Unfortunately, I can never do it. What's going on with the prop? That's interesting, isn't it? There we go. That's feathered. That's a little bit better. Don't know why it popped back up to top there. Bring her down. What are we, Christina? 25 degrees. It's beautiful out there. It's absolutely beautiful out there. Open the door up. That was a lot of sleeping, wasn't it? When he gets ready for work at 3 AM in the morning. Holy crap. All right, lovely. Let's consider shutting this beast down. Okay, auxiliaries on standby. Let's unlock the harnesses. There we go. Lovely. Harnesses are unlocked. Everything else is switched off there. We're good on that. Avionics bus is off. And alternator is off. The generator and alternator and master battery is off. And you know what? We did it, Christina. Leg number 2. Leg number 2 from Tennant Creek. Across the Daily Waters. And it was a really nice flight as well. I'm glad that we got a little bit of cloud coming up sort of near the end of that, which was quite lovely. Real world weather, so everything's good there, and you can see the big Tundra tires on this little beast, can't you? It was quite nice. Now I'm trying to work out whether or not I continue flying the same aircraft for the entire around the world trip, or whether we sort of mix the aircraft up a little bit. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, so it's kind of like don't know whether to mix it up or what. It's nice to be flying the Kodiak. We didn't put the baggage pod on because Christina doesn't have much baggage. She just got her pants, spam, and her netting. That's pretty well it. She just rinses her knickers out at the end of every flight in the basin, or in this case at Daily Waters down at the creek. And I just don't rinse mine. I just keep them dirty the whole time. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Beautiful looking aircraft, beautiful aircraft to fly. Can be challenging sometimes until you start getting used to it, but really, really good now. Absolutely loving it. But I'm going to end the stream now, guys. Turn them inside out, and it's the same as washing them, right? Exactly. And then when you turn them inside out again, despite the fact that they were dirty, you can think that they were a little bit clean. But no. It's poor old Christina can't really see over the dash of the Kodiak. She is relatively short, you know. But that's okay. She's got a big burden. She's got the pants spam, the spam pants spam burden. I hope everybody enjoyed this stream. It was nice to do this. I will at some point in time, like, pre-organize doing a leg of the round the world flight, so that people who want to come and fly with me are aware and organized and ready to go. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. It was pretty chill. You know, sitting in an aircraft for 2 hours or something. Yeah. We actually made really good time, because this flight was supposed to be just over 2 hours, so we actually made really, really good time, which was good. So hello, Mama. We're just finishing the stream up. How you doing? How's little man? I had to take a screenshot of that, by the way. Screenshot taken. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, so yeah, we'll do that. Oh, we've also got to do some more My Village Life. I know I keep saying it every stream, but we really need to get back to Granny, because I think she's missing us, and we're all missing her. And probably some Silverian Trucker. Did you guys enjoy the Silverian Trucker? We've still got to do some more Farmer's Life. We've still got to do more Ranch Sim. Holy crap, we've got so much to do. Seriously. So much to do. Nice little bit of folk music there. With Christina's spam in her pants. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. On that note, I'm going to leave it here. I will see you guys. Next time. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me, and hope you've been enjoying doing a little bit of flying now that we're back again. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.